Welcome to Warriors at Work. This is Jeanie Coomber, your guide and host. Warriors at Work is a place where everyone in the workplace can come together, gain insight, encouragement, tell stories, connect, and share wisdom. We are a place of like-minded people at different stages of life, all coming together with a shared interest of enlightening and inspiring one another. If you're interested in going from the predictable to the potent, and you want to find your warrior magic, step into the journey with us. Welcome to Warriors at Work.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for being here with me at the Warriors at Work show. So I'm wrapping up the year and I wanted to serve up a present to all of you. So what I did was I started thinking about, what does year end really mean? It means different things to different people. And I got fascinated by the different interpretations of year end, but also what were the rituals and practices that people had to help them reflect on the year, which is a common theme you're going to hear. But really, what does it mean? Why do it at all? And how does that really set you up for the year coming? So what I did was I reached out to a bunch of people that I've interviewed over the course of 2021, as well as some people in my network that I haven't interviewed that I just am fascinated by their story. And we did really short 5-minute interviews about what does year end mean to you? What are your rituals and practices, and why does it matter? How does it help you in your life and in your business? And I thought this would be a fun way to serve up something to all of my amazing warriors in this community, because I know you're all very reflective beings. You're all looking for greater consciousness, happier lives, more balance, more influence. But more than anything, you want to continue showing up as this soulful person who's aligned, attuned, and doing their very best to have the most effective experience here on Earth. So I serve up to you some of the people from the Warrior Magic community over the course of 2021. All of it, as always, in service to all of you incredible people. So be well, have a magical year end. Enjoy. Hey Warriors, it's Jeanie. Thank you so much for being here with me all month long. I hope these conversations around year end and year end rituals and practices have caused some pause. Maybe you feel reinforced and acknowledged for all these things that you're already doing around year end and rituals and practices. But I have had so much fun putting it out there for all of you. And I'd like to share a couple of thoughts from my toolkit on year end. So when I think of the word year end, I think of the word meaning, like what was meaningful about it. I'm a big so what person, and I'm always kind of thinking about, well, how did that help? What did I learn? What would I take forward from that experience? So I don't tend to index towards year end in terms of reflecting on my business. I look at it in terms of like, what the heck just happened? What was really here for me? And how did I show up for other people? And what I thought about was how many people I have in my life, personally and professionally, that are kind and compassionate and generous and genuinely love me and really want me to be happy and want me to be successful. And they also challenge me. I have a lot of contrarians in my life. I happen to be married to one. And it's all in an effort to allow for me to show up as my most expansive full self. And I don't always appreciate it in the moment. And that's something that I want to change. But when I sat with it as I was preparing to share this with you right now, I was like, wow. I mean, I have a ridiculous amount of people in my life that help me to be a better human. And I really appreciate how much they see me and hear me and understand me. They know who I am. They know what I'm trying to do in the world. And I'm going to make more of an effort to make sure they know that.
That's something I'm going to commit to for 2022. But did you ever think about that? Do you ever think about the people in your life, personally and professionally, just right now? Like, who are they? Where are they? How do they help you? And do you see them? Do you understand them? Do you acknowledge their contributions to your life? It's just something to think about. And as business people, we are in the business of listening. We have to be really good listeners. And we're relationship builders. And when I think about the life that I am forging and creating, I really want a rich and fulfilling life. And the way for me to have that, to be my full expansive self, is to be present, to really understand what it means to be with another person or to be with a group of people. And listening is the pathway to that, really paying attention to what's going on around me. And when I think of relationship building, I'm not talking about just networking, because that, again, is something that we have to do as business people. I mean, really spending time with people that are interesting, that are adding something to my experience in this moment, and that I'm adding something to theirs, that you can feel this energy transaction back and forth, this reciprocal flow back and forth. And I started wondering, I'm like, you know what? Does anybody actually teach us how to listen or build relationships? I don't ever remember a course of that in college or in the workplace. But that's neither here nor there. It's still a crucial ingredient to our success and our experience here as human beings. I would love to live in a world where terms like listening and relationship building are commonplace. Like, we overplay the vision and the strategy and the execution and the transaction oriented stuff. Like, we've got that licked. But listening, relationship building, yep, that pretty much sums up my 2021. And when I think about the rituals and practices that I have that memorialize things like listening and relationship building, is like the number one way that I get to listen to myself, to my own thoughts, to my own experiences, is through journaling. And it's not just to record an experience or to process how I feel, because it does that as well, but it allows for me to question what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and what I'm experiencing, and how often my experience is my story. It isn't necessarily the truth. And journaling provides the evidence of that. You get to see the pattern of your thinking, you get to see your word choices, you get to process in a very safe, contained way. But I find the lessons and the ahas that I get from that are, bar none, probably some of the most influential things that I've been able to do in my life come from that practice of recording something in a journal. The other thing that I love about journaling, which a lot of people don't talk about this, but let me tell you, I am here to tell you, we all have the magical ability to manifest. Yes, you too. You can manifest. I am a masterful manifester, but only when it's aligned with my true intention. Not my ego, not my intellectual self that wants more money and wants this and wants that. When I say really aligning with my soul, my intention, what is it I'm really trying to do? How can these things come forward into my experience to allow for me to continue to do my work? And then the last thing that I do in terms of a ritual and practice, this may seem a little hokey, but I do it every day, sometimes multiple times a day. I believe in angels and guides, and I thank them every day that I woke up. Yeah, I woke up. I'm here. Like, we're here right now. We're here. Like, you're actually here in this moment. This right here is something to be grateful for. We can experience this day. We can experience this moment. And sometimes I say it out loud. Sometimes I say it to myself. But I particularly say it time and time again when I'm cranky, when I'm tired, when I'm irritable, when things don't go my way. That will help shift my mentality and get me back into a place where at least I'm feeling, okay, well, it's not so crappy. I did wake up. I am here. It could be a lot worse. And so just that practice of acknowledging, like, I'm here in this moment. This is what I got. Who can I help? How can I help? Some really interesting insights are always gleaned when I get to reflect like that. And I think about going into 2022, because here's what I'm going to take with me. Number one, I've got to have more fun. I have had heads down. I can be a little on the serious side with this inclination for production, which I know you all relate to. I'm going to challenge myself and have more fun. Do those things that I might even be a little uncomfortable or a little afraid to do. Second thing is I want to play with the edges of this brand and what I'm offering to all of you. My tagline is moving from the predictable to the potent. I spent way too much time in 2021 in the predictable. I'm going for potency. And with that, look out, warriors. Put on your seatbelt for 2022. A lot of potency is coming at you. And I want to personally thank all of you for being on this journey with me. I could not, and would not be where I am in this moment without each and every one of you. Thanks to everybody for listening to another episode of Warriors at Work and letting us be a part of your warrior journey. You can ask questions and make suggestions for future topics at jc@jeaniecoomber.com. Connect with me personally on LinkedIn and Instagram and join us on the Warrior Conversations channel on YouTube and at the Warrior Magic Community page on Facebook. You can find links to all these places on my website, jeaniecoomber.com. And most importantly, be sure to tell friends about us, subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Spreaker, and Spotify. It helps others find the show and puts more warrior magic out into the world.